And here we go. Alright, bonjour à tous, Battosay here, welcome to episode 43 of my Let's Play. Today, what's the plan? A few things. First, we are gonna review some of the stuff that I did in the past few days, because since I've decided that we are gonna record the filtering part, the building of the filtering part together, I couldn't work on it, so I made a few things, and we are gonna review that. But I wanted to start the episode over here because I decided to add some door just to be able to come here and have a look around to stay on the roof. I like the view from here. You can see pretty much all of my building, except the mansion obviously. And that's also one of my favorite room in my mansion, with this little garden. For once I was pleased with how I made the design for one of the inside rooms, which is not my best skill, as this room can remember you. Anyway, let's not watch this yet. Let's start with this. Can you guys figure what this is intended for? Mysterious. Well, let's have a look. So, my problem was that I was always running back and forth to collect some of the farms and things I produce, such as all of the nether sludge here to make the clay brick, the ground netherrack over here to make more hellfire dust, or to bring all of the stone back to the storage room, even if it's pretty close. When you have 3 full chests worth of stone that are produced by a generator like that, that's a lot of running. So I decided to incorporate in all of my rooms a little rail network to allow me to bring back well, what my farm can produce. So let's say that I want to bring all of that stone back into my storage room. I'm just gonna I think, yeah, I bring that just to fix that. Okay, so what I need to do is just place my minecart chest here, load it up with all of the stone I want to bring back, press the button, and the cart is gone, and it's gonna bring all of my stone back home. We have the same thing down there for the wool farm, because when I came here to check it, it has been quite a while, and all of the dispenser were full with wool, and that was a lot of wool. And again, to bring it back would have been a big pain in the ass, so we've got the same setup here. Let's take a bit of wool to show you that it's working. Then take my cart, place it, use it, and send it away. We have the exact same thing on the other side of the room, because that's quite a big room, and I needed more than 4 minecart chests for all of that wool, because if you count that, that's 16 and 16, so 32 stack times 16 for all of the colors. Lots of wool. You can see here the rails that bring back the minecart, and I've decided to place them every here and there in my base to help me carry around all of what my different system can produce. So we have another one which is just here. Even if it's really close from the storage room, sometimes I have to bring back a lot of nether sludge and ground netherrack, because I'm making a lot of nether bricks this way. Much faster than destroying the nether stronghold. Ding. And we send it away. And then I have all of my minecart waiting for me, and I can store them much faster. The stone, the wool, the nether sludge. And I've also put some more on this side, because there's some more farm over here. I've done one here for the reed and the vines. I've decided to put it just there. So let's take a bit of vines, my minecart, and off he goes. Pretty convenient to get the reed and the vines produced from over here. And finally, no, there's two more. One done there. For, well, bring the tallow and the beef, so we have again one more just here. Well, let's take that actually, that's gonna be a good occasion to do that. Love the tallow. In the minecart chest. And back to the base. That was a fast pulse. And I think I have one more, yeah. And the last one is close to the snow farm and the ice farm, because again, lots of back and forth to store what they can produce. So pretty convenient to have one more just there to help me get the snow back home. Which I'm gonna do just right now. One more minecart. I place it. I store inside. Ding, 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 ding. And off he goes. You can see that it's actually just to make it work really simple. The rail, the minecart, no, the powered rail is always, well, powered by the lever here, and when I press the button it pushes a block using a sticky piston, which makes the minecart go away, because it won't move on the powered rail unless there's a full block on one of the sides, because if there's not, it doesn't know in which direction it should go. So the rail goes here. I was lucky that with the south west direction it goes on the left. Over here that's the rail from the wool and the kiln, etc. And on this side we have the one from the breeding farm, which comes from here, and the one from the vine farm, which comes from down there, falls on top of the rail and keeps going this way. So you can see it was a bit of pain in the ass to make it go here, because well, it's a bit of a clusterfuck here. There's so many things around here. We can see that I have my day-night sensor, which is just above here. There we have the lens, and I need to prevent any light from going there. As you can hear, when I'm gonna place the block, it's gonna, well, change the signal to detect the night. Just on this side, that's the storage from all of the farm in my mansion. Over here we have the lighting from the tree farm. Down there we have the panel and siding and molding farm with the automated clock, the smart clock. Down there obviously is the vine farm over here. Here we have the storage for the panel and the siding. Lots of stuff. And here is my main mechanical line that brings mechanical power from my only water wheel into all the way back there to the kiln, and even further to the redneck fishing farm. And all of them goes all the way up here to fall, which allows me to store as much minecart as possible, because, well, they're gonna stack on top of each other. Let's have a final look. Need to hit. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, you can see all of my minecarts are here. I'll just have to destroy them one at a time to store them. And since I finally did something with this part of the room, I felt obligated to, well, finish it and make it look to something else like crap, because previously that was really a shitty room. So now it looks much better. I think I added some lighting into the floor and the ceiling, which allows me to remove almost all of the torches, which look like crap on the floor. Placed a lot of siding to not have the same thing on the wall and on the ceiling, since that's the floor of the level above. Some stairs around the glowstone, along with some upside down vine trap, just to you know, add some diversity and don't look too much like glowstone. I don't know, I thought that would look cool. Only problem is when you walk on it, you hear the sound, but whatever. And yeah, enclosed this area, which is gonna be used for this, and I might change this setup in the future, which is why I didn't spend too much time on it, because Flowerchild mentioned that he was thinking about doing something to help us unload minecart chests. So I'm gonna see what he does with that, and I'm gonna have some room here to build on that idea of bringing my stuff back and potentially automatically unloading them to store them in a temporary storage place that I would build around here. So we'll see. That's some future plan. We'll see later. And also I removed the mushroom that was here because I don't use the mushroom soup that much anymore. I've got lots of steak from the breeding farm, and I can, well, take some more, and instead of turning it into tallow I could use the steaks, so that's not so much of a problem food right now. Then since my lava, I had the lava pit here, since it's now gone, I just made a simple trash using the hibachi and a button to get rid of the items I don't want to keep. That's done, perfect. So that's what I've been doing lately, working on the room above. For once I'm really glad with the way it turned out. That's not one of my strongest aspects to build inside stuff, and I usually take a lot of time to get idea and find something that I like. And oftenly I try something, it looks like shit, so I destroy everything and I just move on to another project because I was pissed with myself, and at least with redstone I can do a bit more what I want. So that's one first thing I did, and also I tweaked a little bit my reed farm here. I said in the previous episode that I completely finished it. At first I was thinking about doing wheat on the other side, but since I needed so much wicker block, I decided to go with the, well, full reed route. And let's have a quick look at, well, how that's made. Let's go all the way above we have 10 floors which look all the same, and we have 32 reed per floor. 8, 8 and 8 on the other side here and on the other side. So let's have a look. As I was saying, 8 reed here and here, 8 more on the side, same thing here. Water to, well, obviously collect the reed, and a simple piston in the wall. I didn't bother to place two row of piston, only one, even if it only collects like 60 or 70% of the reed. I don't care so much because that's not gonna, well, be used too oftenly, which is why no, don't fall, I'm gonna die. I don't want to waste my level. I still have some enchanting to do. Forgot what I was saying. Derp. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna use this farm that much, which is why it's not connected to any clock so far. It's just connected to a button here, which sends the signal all the way above into the redstone torches here, which sends the signal to the piston through the redstone line here, all the way to the 8 piston. And that's exactly the same thing on the other side. I can't go this way, nope. Here, and same thing on the other side, nothing special. Well, let's trigger it. And the other side. And we can see the reed rain. The reed just goes collected in the middle here, fall from here. And simply goes into a series of hopper that I've placed here in the ground. That's 8 hoppers, so that's still a lot of storage. I don't need much more because I usually just press the button and then bring it with me. And I might add one of my minecart system somewhere around here. Maybe I'll come up with some way to do it coming up from the ground here, or maybe I'll just make an underground level over here. I don't know. And the last thing I wanted to show you before we get to the filtering is well, my progress so far on the iron farm. I haven't spent that much time on it, just enough to read the wiki and some forums about the way that works, and so far this is what I came up with. So let's have a quick look. There, I had some zombie that spawned up there and destroyed the doors. Crap. Okay, so what... Sorry about that. What we are gonna have is 2 spawning pads for the iron golems. I've placed as much doors as I could on the side. I tried to... damn. Is that... yeah. Oh, no. Whatever. I tried to come up with something of my own before watching any videos of people designing it, and I was glad I did because, well, that looks already pretty similar to some videos I've watched afterwards, and well, turns out that it's because given the way the system works, you don't have that much options. So a few things on the mechanics. When you place doors like so, according to the numbers of blocks that are above it on one side or on the other, it will the game will consider that it's a house. So with doors like that, a block right above it and another one here, but no block on this side. It means that the house is in the middle over here. By placing unequal numbers of door all around the village, I make sure that the game considers that the center of the village is the center of my building. This is a 22 by 22 cube. We have 8 long water streams, 4 wide hole in the middle, and the one thick wall on the 2 sides. So 1, 8, 4, 8, and 1. We have 22. And I decided to make it a cube to make things more easy to build. So with my doors like that, the game will consider the very middle of this 22 by 22 cube to be the center of the village, and after that it will spawn the golem in a 6 high area. And given that it needs a 4 high space to spawn, if you make the first snow layer the ground for the first spawning pad, go 4 block higher. This is the 5th block, and the 6th block here is the last spawnable blocks, which allows them to spawn on the level above here. So after that I'm just gonna build the roof here, which is why I had some dirt in the meantime, because it was freezing the water. I'm in a snow biome, remember, in a taiga. So I need to protect my water, and after that I'm gonna place my villager around here. I'm gonna try to fit 32 of them in here, and I'm gonna try to come up with some way to build a small house for them over here. The only problem is that I can't use any non-opaque block. I can't use any opaque block. I need to use glass, siding, stairs, stuff like that, otherwise it would interfere with the doors counting. So yeah, that's where I stand so far. I still have to bring all of my villager, which is why this track is here. And let's have a look at the villager. I'm wondering how much there is left, because I had a bit of a critical incident recently. Let's have a look. We have 12 villagers. So yeah, while I came here for the last time, I was really lucky to come at a good moment, because somehow two zombies managed to sneak inside here, and the golems had spawned on the door outside here, so they were not able to get in. And when I came, there was only 2 villagers left, no, 3. Yeah, 2 and a baby, and the zombie were about to kill them. So I managed to save my 3 last villagers, and that was a bit of a relief, because otherwise I would have to travel a very long distance, because I took the last villager in my base. I think I found one recently in the warring under the the breeding farm, and the part that produced the tallow. Somehow there's a villager down there, but that's the only one that I found, so it would have meant that I would need to travel to get one, which would have been a huge pain. So I raised the wall 1 more block, to prevent any zombie from spawning and added lots of torches next to the fence, because I'm pretty sure that they managed to spawn in the door. I think they can spawn indoors. I'm pretty sure they can spawn indoors, so that's something I'm gonna have to be careful with in this design. And also a really good surprise I had while coming here is that, well, every now and then I used to come and kill at least 20 villagers out of the 40 there was to get XP, which is why I'm level 37 right now. And while killing them I got my first looting scroll. So it means that when I'm gonna build my Infernal Enchanter and the Infernal Library, I'm gonna be able to make my to make a new battle axe with looting, because I'm using so far my other sword, the last good sword I have, which has sharpness 5 and fire aspect, because you know now we can't enchant the Soulforged steel tools. Luckily for me I have like 5 or 6 of these picks, about 5 or 6 of these ones, and over a dozen of 4 and 3 picks that I made using my previous XP system when the spider spawners were working much better. So I have still a lot of Soulforged steel picks to use before I start running out of them, because I don't have any unbreaking and efficiency scrolls. I'm not even sure which scroll are available. I know some of them are not, and I think the unbreaking and the efficiency are the one that we can't get yet. So far I think it's only the thing for armors besides the looting. No, that's for the sword and the sword, so yeah, maybe the swords. I don't know, I'm gonna have to take a better look at that. Moving on to our last testing for today, because well, now that I have a lot of ice, let's have a quick look at that before we get into the testing. Out of my ice dispenser, ice farms are full, except this one because I just removed some ice from them, but otherwise they're all completely full of ice, and I've got like already one full chest worth of ice, so that's not gonna be a problem to use it. And it reminded me that we can use it for item transportation, because it makes the item moves much faster, which I've never used before because, well, we couldn't get the ice, and that was not well, something that interested me, because I was not living in snow biome in my old world, and when I moved into this one, well, I just didn't, well, take too much consideration for ice. So you can see it, but there's ice below the water. Do I have my... Yep. So ice under the water here, and if we make a quick test, you can see that it will go much faster in this one than this one. Really faster. So I'm gonna use it to make my items move faster in my filtering system, because some of them might take already 30 seconds from the place where they'll be dropped by the monsters when it's gonna be killed to the place where there's the sow and when the filtering will begin. So I'd like to make the item go faster, because this way it won't lag my game too much, because there's too much item floating around. So I was running a few tests with the way ice melt with the light level, and we can see that, well, I knew it, but when you place the torch next to it, it will smelt. Same thing when you place it 2 block next to it. Same thing at the third, and we need at least 3 blocks of space between a torch and the ice. Same thing for 1 block above. Next to it, it's melt. With 1 block, it's melt, and we need to leave 2 blocks when we place the torch 1 block higher. Same taste here with the torch below. With glass turns into water. 2 blocks below, same thing. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks below the ice for it to stay frozen. And with a full block under the ice, we can see that with all the blocks around it doesn't smelt, and same thing with just a full block below and glass on this side, it doesn't smelt, which is probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have the water at this level here, like that, the ice below, and the stone to prevent the light from smelting the ice. And just to be sure I won't have any problem with water, I'm gonna make sure all of the ice is encased in glass. But I'll make sure that's not gonna smelt, otherwise, well, that will make a dead end. Because if, let's say, this ice smelt, no, not this one, if this ice smelt here in the middle, I'm gonna be left with a problem, items falling into a hole that I might not notice, so I'm gonna have to be careful. And also another thing I wanted to test, because I didn't know what would happen, is when I'm gonna need some ice, because I removed it. Derp. I wanted to know if I could use the fact that the items will move much faster on ice, if that was fast enough so that they could go over one non-ice block. Oops. Crap. Okay. And sadly no, so if you look, that's gonna stop right on top of the hopper because it's full, but sadly no, that doesn't work. That's not able to flow over the block, which means that I'm just gonna use, that was to make an extended storage system with the hopper, which would allow me to go over 8 block. That's not the case, so we'll see what I'll do. Now I'm gonna have to, well, clean all of that and start to think about the way I want to store my item here. If you remember the previous episode, we ended up with 8 different locations for storage. Let's have a quick look. I haven't removed it yet. When did it grow up? Yep. Let's make it a 4th. Placenta! So gross. Okay, so yeah, 8 different storage locations. 1 for the green powder, 2 for the string, 3 for the bones, 4 for the arrow, 5 for the spider eye, 6 for the zombie flesh, 7 for all of the iron, and 8, which is where the XP will go. We have the string and the scroll all together because my trap doesn't kill that much spider. They take a little bit of time to fall into the vine trap, which is something I'll talk about later, but it means that it won't be a problem to get the string and the scroll in the same chest, since I have one of each kind of scroll, and that, well, the drop rate is really low. I'm probably not gonna ever get 64 of one kind of scroll until a long time, so hey, keep your poop. So that's not a problem. I'm gonna always have the scroll in the first chest, and I'll do something to... I know, that's true, there's no more bricks filler in the hopper. Shit. We'll see. Well, if it's not... I don't think it's a problem to have the string and the scroll in the same one. It doesn't bother me. So, I'm gonna stop this episode here for today because, well, I'd like to... Zombie, where are you? Looks like I left a little cave somewhere. Can hear lots of monsters. Lots of them. Ooh, hello. Gotcha. One, two, three, four. Four in such a tiny hole. That's what she said. Yeah, good thing I found that. Did you see how small that was? That was just like below the mob drop. Good thing I found it. Okay, let's remove that. Whatever. And that. I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the episode here because this way I'm gonna be able to make all of the filtering into one single episode and not have to cut in the middle of it. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned for some filtering, some building over here. Next plane, the Iron Golem farm over here. I'm gonna finish this one on my own, bring the villager, make my design, and then we're gonna make another one much higher. We need at least 64, or roughly 70 blocks above it. So either I'm gonna make one here, or either I'm gonna turn this villager breeding cell into well, an Iron Golem farm here. I don't know, we'll see what's the drop rate for that. After that we are gonna have to make the infernal library down there. I'm probably gonna make most of the storage part on my hand because once I did one, all of the other will be the same, and that's not really interesting, but the library is gonna look pretty cool. I've got some ideas. I'd like to see how that looks. We'll see. And after that, some more mob traps because we are gonna need to farm all kinds of mob we can to get all different kind of scroll. So we're gonna have to do some blaze farming, some enderman farming in the end, and some farming in the nether after that. But I'm not looking too much forward going the nether because I don't like the nether so much these days. I don't know, it comes with time. Sometimes I really like it and I want to spend a lot of time, and sometimes I just found it depressing and just want to go there, collect what I need, my netherrack and my glowstone, and get the fuck out and come back here. I feel much better here. Oh yeah, enough talking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. That was Battosay.